Hello everybody, what is up, what is good? It's your boy Ray the Dark King back with a brand new video. And it's something different. Well, more of the same actually. We're going to be reacting to this announcement by Asmongold. So yeah, it was looking good. I wonder what he announced. Oh, I already know what he announced. He announced his gaming studio, I believe. Or not gaming studio, the publication studio for games called Mad Mushroom. So yeah, been watching Asmon's videos since Elden Ring. And what came was Final Fantasy 14 before Elden Ring, or was it after? Either way, that's how I started watching his videos, and I do like a lot of his takes. He's very insightful. He knows who he is, and somebody I aspire to be like. I know people are like, yo, this man, he's dirty, he doesn't wash, he eats junk food, but that does not matter. He knows who he is, he's confident in himself, and he is a multimillionaire. So, yeah, big inspiration. I would like to chill and play video games for the rest of my life. But he's not only doing that, he's actually investing his money and he's living very cheaply as well. So when a lot of people would spend a lot of money on extravagant things, he's saving, and investing it. So for anybody out there who wants, somebody to look up to, in terms of streaming purposes, he would probably be the best person for the job. But without further ado, enough sucking his dick. Let's just watch the video.
First impression that a game makes on the audience is far and away the most important.
I think with game publishing today, what type of things do I dislike about it? I don't know. The fact that
So this time around, like for the Mythic announcement,
Boss,
they had me like do makeup and everything, and this time I was like, I don't want, because I went back and I looked at how I looked in that video. I was like, man, I can't let this happen to myself again. It's actually not the same shirt. I changed it to another cleaner white t-shirt. Yeah.
like maybe every other game has to come out with an apology DLC about maybe 10 days afterwards of the release.
We've seen plenty of times, especially recently, where
10
games
days
have come
is
out
actually
because
late.
they need to come out by a certain time and they are not ready.
One of the things I'm not super fond of with publishing today is...
Wait, we have shirts? That's crazy.
man never got a
Yeah,
shirt.
we've got shirts. Wow. Okay, yeah. We're gonna have to get a shirt.
A lot of creativity is sometimes taken out of the control of the devs and placed into the hands of the publisher.
It's pretty predatory how things work between publishers and developers today. A lot of the times, deals are not very equitable for the indie developer.
I think the most important one is being aligned with the vision of what the creators are trying to make.
Mad Mushroom is a publishing company that is going to be a little different from other publishing companies.
Lead game
we made
strategist.
Mad Mushroom to kind of cut out the middleman and really
That
give
shirt.
much better offers to these developers.
One thing that we really
I actually was really impressed with Soda in this video. I thought he did a great job.
want to do with Mad Mushroom is make sure that the creative vision and the overall final destination of the game is what the developers
And
have.
extra Emily
Mad
joined at the
Mushroom,
right time.
Unlike a lot of other publishers, we have access to marketing tools because we are streamers. We can push games organically. We can show the game in a way that's, just people having fun. A lot of marketing feels like a bit detached and might not catch people's attention.
If you can build an authentic relationship with your players and
Question
with
Steve
community
Jobs' power?
and through
Yeah,
the
true.
creators, it's critical.
But beyond that, we're also looking to provide a number of other full suite publishing services, including quality assurance and feedback during development, localization services, live ops, platform relationships, financing, and more.
Basically,
Sheesh.
anything any of the major publishers can do, Mad Mushroom can bring to the table and work with development teams to craft the right move forward.
I can't believe that they made shirts. I didn't even know that we had shirts. Like, I have no
Man,
That's crazy.
after all the praise I've given him,
Partnership that makes sense for
he
me.
doesn't even know what
You know,
happened.
I
His
bet
own
I know
company.
why they didn't give me a shirt. Number one, they assumed that I would never wear it, and number two, they thought that I would wear it before we announced it.
Well, he may be right.
All of us at OTK are gamers at heart. That's why we got into streaming, that's why we got into content creation. And in some cases, it's why we play games every single day.
Risk of Rain 2 is a massive gem, probably my favorite game. Slay the Spire, Hades, Gunfire Reborn, Terraria.
I really like Nintendo games. That's probably my favorite.
Oh,
so I like.
Yo, she
Bloody
came
as
in at the
well.
right
Whether
time.
it's a small one developer game like Vampire Survivors, or it's something that's massively like a multi-billion-dollar game like World of Warcraft. I like all different types of games on the spectrum.
You know, playing vanilla World of Warcraft, classic World of Warcraft, from years ago to Chrono Trigger, Metal Gear Solid,
Legend of Zelda, pretty much all of them.
So I grew up playing a lot of Warcraft 3, a lot of World of Warcraft.
I've always played a lot of League of Legends. I also like RPG Maker games like Amori and Undertale. I think that they're really cool.
Oh yeah, remember whenever I told her I was gonna play Undertale? That was like 2 months ago.
He's not gonna play
these
it.
indie
That's
games
crazy.
all the time, all day. And
Yeah,
I
remember
feel like
that?
relatability, understanding the space,
Man.
making sure we're still in touch, understanding the foundation and what can really help an indie game, and what makes an indie game stand out and be better than the others, I think is very important, and we have a very strong understanding of that. Not to mention also getting the streamers community involved.
I think it's really great to be part of a company that helps indie developers really showcase their game.
When we announced Project Honor at
Helps indie developers.
What was that?
Really showcase.
He's
their
nodding
game.
his head.
When we announced Project Honor at OTK's first Summer Game Expo,
that
we
was
got
last
tens
year.
of thousands of new Twitter followers. We had hundreds of new applicants to the studio.
We play
to work
tested this,
here.
I think most indie game
Project
developers
Honor.
are very tight with community. That's part of what separates them and makes them so great is they do listen, they do take feedback. They don't have 8 different emails they have to go through to make a change. They will make the change.
So it's that direct conduit to the community that makes the relationship between indie devs and content creators so synergistic.
Development process for games and publishing them, I mean, this is a multi-year process, so being able to be there the entire way through and understanding kind of how an audience is going to adapt and react to a game whenever it comes out and see how people will enjoy it and be able to predict that. I think that's a
He's
unique
probably never
insight
gonna
that we
cut his
provide
hair.
as content creators.
I've been doing it for 15 years, taking lists of games, and I go through and I find what's good and what's not good. And there are some games I go through and I
Is he wearing a waifu cup sweater?
Mm-hmm. He's only noticing it now.
Oh god.
find what's good and what's not good. And there
Yeah.
are some games, especially like the indie games that are not published. My role, I would say, is to find those games and say, hey, this is a gem.
This is a good one.
This game is amazing.
This is a good
We
one.
should get this on a pedestal and let everyone see
Yeah.
it.
Developers should work with Mad Mushroom if they're looking to truly collaborate with a publishing partner. It is not publishing.
There's not going to be a single scene on here where I'm smiling, I'm pretty sure, except for at the end where they told me to fake a smile. Because I was so tired. I woke up early for this thing.
Of a decade ago or even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You are literally working hand in hand with influencers to figure out how to make your game as enjoyable as possible, not just to play, but also from a content viewing perspective.
Yeah, it matters
One of
a
the
lot.
things that I love about the Mad Mushroom team so much is that we are an amalgamation of so many different perspectives and experiences and gamers.
I think that really, for me personally, it's such a cool experience right now because it really just feels real.
Ultimately, as
See,
lifelong
they cut out why I said this. The reason why I said this is I thought that I was just going to go into a studio room and talk about it. I didn't know that we had this thing made. Like, I walked in and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Experience right now because it really just feels real.
Ultimately,
this
as
morning?
lifelong gamers and people that are passionate about this space, we've wanted to get into game development for a long time. Mad Mushroom gives us the opportunity to enter the games industry while at the same time elevating and amplifying the message of hundreds of indie developers.
Without taking away IP or an excessive amount of the revenue that should truly go to who creates the game, the developer.
If you're a developer and you're interested in us publishing your game, you can go to madmushroom.gg.
That is our website. If you want to take a look on there, we have all of the rest of our information. If you're a game developer and you'd like
I look very clean in this video, and I don't know if they did this in like post-production or not. Like, yeah, I don't know how this happened.
see your game be a reality.
Did you shower?
Check it out. We're very
so.
passionate and we're very excited about what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't. So yeah, it would have
Nice.
been an OTK event without us announcing another new company. We announced a whole fucking gaming publishing company. So yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
Man, it's like everybody's creating a gaming publishing company. I know Video Game Donkey has one called Big Mode that was being made. I think Dr. Disrespect, he has one. In fact, he has a game he's developing called what, Dead Drop or Dead Shot, something like that. Shroud also has a game on the way. It's like, hey, you got a boatload of cash. What are you going to spend it on? Hey, what are you passionate about? Games. Spend it on a game. Create your vision.
And I didn't really spend a whole lot of time, like hyping people up for the announcement because I didn't really know like how to even say it. I was like worried about leaking it or something like that. But yeah, we're actually getting into gaming publishing,
Nice.
and we did like a whole video for it. We set up like a whole team and everything. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, I cannot fucking believe this is gonna happen. Oh my god. So you guys hire
Congratulations.
video game developers and make games? The relationship between publishers and like developers is like it's very different depending on like what the developer is and like what they want. So like this is something that like I also said, like like whenever I give an answer, like it's like a fucking 3-minute answer or like a 5-minute answer. So like a lot of this stuff just gets cut out because it's like, okay, this is gonna be like an hour video if we put all this in. So like obviously the relationship that you have with the publisher is gonna be specific to that publisher, of course. Yeah, it depends on how it's contracted, etc. Yeah, there's a lot of nuances to it. So I don't want to write down and be like, this is what it's gonna be or not. Where's the name come from? I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. The only feedback that I gave on any of the logo or name is that we had another version of this character, and I said he doesn't look like he's a mad mushroom. He looks like he's on mushrooms, and we scrapped it and we used this one instead. That was pretty much my only feedback that I had given about any of the logo or anything similar to that. The company launched. Will the first game be out? Oh, I'm not sure yet. It depends on what happens. Like, we'll have announcements whenever it's time. I'd say. Yeah, that's about it. I'm not really sure. I don't want to make any statements. I don't want to make any promises. Another dick.
You
It's
don't?
not a dick. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, chill. Is any
Like a
OTK
dick.
streamer
2
involved
dicks.
directly in publishing and finance? You guys just
Star
help with
Forge,
marketing?
Mad Mushroom.
I
Two
think
phallic-shaped
it's a little bit of everything,
logos.
but like obviously, people that are co-owners are going to have like insight into like general strategy. But in terms of like numbers and specifics, we would probably leave that to people that have more expertise. I think that really like one thing that the reason why OTK works is because we let people that are good at what they're doing do what they're good at. That's why it works. Like, for example, S-Fan is insanely fucking good at doing sports casting and doing casting, and he loves sports. He's a college football player. So guess what? We had him do the draft show, the NFL draft show with Will Neff and E-Rob, and that was an S-tier show. It was an insanely good fucking show. But, like, I didn't go and do that. I didn't have anything to do with that because that's not what I do. So yeah, I think that's like our biggest strength is that we have a lot of different, spread out advantages between each of us, and we respect each of those different advantages. You stay at home? Yeah, I'm really good at staying at home and reacting to what everybody else does. That's
Yeah, where is Miskip? I just saw a comment. But hey, that was forgot. Never mind. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and hey, cheers.